Hey guys, welcome back to another pick a card reading. We're going to be seeing if you can trust this person. Are they trustworthy? And originally I was going to do 6 piles for this reading. I shuffled songs for this reading, so that's, what you're looking at, these little white cards here. So we're going to talk about those, but yeah, I intended to only shuffle out 6 songs for 6 piles, but then I realized I actually shuffled out 7. So I'm like, okay, let's do 7 piles then. So yeah, go ahead and choose whichever stone or pile you're most drawn to, and we'll get into your reading. Just kind of, so I kind of want to do this reading in 2 parts. So the first part is going to be kind of checking in to see like what's the nature of your connection, how your connection has been with that person, mostly to kind of just make sure that it's resonating with you and that you are in the right pile. And then we'll go ahead and ask the question: can you trust them? So yeah, go ahead and choose your pile, and I'll see you in your reading. Pile 1, welcome to your reading. So this is pretty sure this is a silver moonstone. I'm pretty sure. Very nice, very shiny. So let's see. We're gonna see if you can trust this person. And the song you got is Sunburn, and we'll talk about that at some point. I'm gonna be doing some live shuffling for this reading, so it may take a little while to shuffle them out. You can totally feel free to skip ahead to your messages. And I'm also gonna be doing, like, this reading is gonna be like 2 parts. So basically, first we're checking into like how your connection with this person has been. Kind of just intended to help make sure that you're resonating with this pile, and then we'll go move on to like, can you trust them? So for pile 1, what has their connection been like with their person? Okay, that's so funny because this card actually, I saw this card. It was must have been at the bottom of the deck when I picked this deck out, and I think maybe I shuffled it and it went away. But I kind of felt like, what would I say for crib in this situation? So that's funny that it actually came out. But yeah, it says child, innocent, birth, responsible, sanctuary, pregnant, caretaker, plan ahead, and potential. Now, originally, what I was thinking with crib is like maybe, your connection with this person has been like maybe they've been quite childish in some way, maybe irresponsible, although this does say responsible. I don't know. For some of you, maybe it's like this person does have a child. Maybe you had a child with this person. Obviously, that's probably not for many of you. But yeah. Um, Otherwise, yeah, especially with caretaker there, it makes me think that you might have felt like you were responsible for this person in some way. You had to take care of them. It's almost like instead of being a partner, they were more like your child or your responsibility. That's kind of what I get, but let's see. Um, what has the connection with pile one's person been like? All right, we have Saturn, and that's funny too because that's like dad energy a little bit. Like definitely a lot of like responsibility and discipline. So I don't know if it's necessarily, um, you know, uh, yeah. For some of you, it's like if you had a child with this person, or you have a child with this person, then your relationship with this person is about a lot of responsibility, getting things done, and kind of like maybe sometimes having to put your own needs before like what's more important, which is kind of like discipline, right? It's like sometimes having discipline takes you know doing things that we don't always want to do. The hard stuff. And also with Saturn, it could be that maybe your connection with this person, Saturn makes me think of restrictions, which when it comes to a person, maybe it was someone who's like rigid, not very flexible, or maybe even reserved. Or it could also be that your connection with this person was or has been quite challenging. And yeah, it can also resonate for you guys that, you might feel like this person's a little bit of a child. They need to grow up. They need to have some structure. And maybe you were the one who was always bringing stability and structure to the connection. Okay, so a little bit more. What has the connection with Pile One's person been like? Sometimes whenever it takes a long time to shuffle, it does make me think of someone who is a bit quiet or, yeah, definitely reserved. And with Saturn, I do kind of get like maybe this person is a bit reserved, shy, hesitant to speak up at times. Let's see. I also noticed the 2 and the 4, it's 24 here. And usually, like with sixes, because, you add 4 and 2, it's 6. I think of like harmony in relationships, like usually a good balance of like loving feelings. So I do feel like, maybe you guys resonate with this person having a lot of love for you, but maybe being like immature or childish in some way. What has the connection been like with Pile One's person? Okay, that fell on the floor. Give me a second. All right, we have Rabbit Spirit. Now is a lucky time. Oh, yeah, definitely some of you have had kids with this person. We have those 2 little baby bunnies on the card. So yeah, it definitely makes me think of like being a parent. And if it's maybe it's like you had a kid with this person, but then you also felt like you were also taking care of this person. Like they're also your child. Like you have 2 children, even though you technically don't. That's kind of funny. But yeah, otherwise, it's still giving me this energy of like having responsibility over this person. Maybe the sex was good with this person. It could be something like that. Or maybe they were always craving that with you, something like that. So yeah, that's basically what I'm getting. I do feel like, okay, and then we also, if I add the 4 and 9, that's 13, right? Which is still a 4. Um, and that's, stability, which is interesting because there is kind of this energy of like structure and stability with Saturn. So maybe they are like in some way very stable, but maybe a bit irresponsible, or there was a need to kind of take care of others with this person. That's kind of what I'm getting for, how the connection with this person has been. So if that resonates, that would be good. And we'll go ahead and move on to kind of like the question, are they trustworthy? Can you trust them? Definitely will. Okay, about to tip over the camera. Sorry, I'm actually in my garage right now. Normally, I don't do readings here, but it's a little bit new for me. So, your song Sunburn. This was really interesting being the first song I ended up shuffling out for your pile because now this might be a quite like straightforward answer for you, but we'll still pull more cards to kind of see because I recently just got a sunburn actually, like within the week, and I made a post about it, and it literally like I have to feel like I have to connect it to the post that I made about the sunburn because I said your sunburns will lie to you. Because I said like your sight, don't think that your slight sunburn isn't still cooking you when you leave the sun. Because, like, for me at least, like, I might have like a little bit of pink, and then like I'll leave the sunlight, and then it'll just continue cooking me until I'm like absolutely burnt. But yeah, so yeah, I said your sunburn will lie to you. So I kind of feel like that might resonate for you guys, that yeah, this person might lie to you. Maybe they're not the most trustworthy person. And besides, that little intuitive sort of kind of thing that came through, um, lyrics from the song say, "You're the one till my tan fades away. Get on a train and we'll be strangers again." So, since, it does feel like this person thinks you're the one for the time being, or for kind of a temporary period, and also, till my tan fades away does make me think of the summertime. So, I don't know if the summertime is significant in your connection. But yeah, get on a train and we'll be strangers again. So, that does also make me think of a sort of on and off sort of connection, or that perhaps like this connection is not intended to last a lifetime. So, I mean, let's get a couple additional cards just to make sure. Like, can pile one trust this person? Okay, so we do have beautiful possibilities. That's nice. Let's get some tarot cards. Can pile one trust their person? Yeah, we have death. That makes sense. Can pile one trust them? With a star, two major arcana. Can pile one trust their person? And then we also get the Fool. Another major arcana. Yeah, and I've explained in a previous reading that the way I read, like if it comes out as all major arcana, that this is like kind of a big deal, and also that maybe you don't have too much control over this situation, or that there's like an element of fate and destiny in this connection. I'm gonna pull one more card. It's gonna be a Romance Angel Oracle, and it's okay if you're not here for like, well, I mean, if the earlier part of this reading resonated, then I would assume it's probably a romantic connection. But I wasn't intending this to have to be about romantic connections. It could be about anyone. But yeah, okay, so we have the Death card, the Star, and the Fool. So we have some like double Aquarius energy here, which is interesting. And then we also have, Scorpio energy with Death. And Scorpio energy coming up does make me think. It kind of reminds me of like sexiness. So and like yeah, like a sex drive. So I don't know. Maybe you do resonate with this person having a high sex drive, or maybe something about your connection was highly sexual. Um, Now, beautiful possibilities is a really good sign that there's beautiful possibilities in your connection, but that it's not guaranteed. So this kind of comes out as like a maybe. And I do feel like this person can be kind of untrustworthy because it seems like they're shifting a lot. With Death and Fool, it's like off on a new adventure. Like, I'm okay with change. I'm okay with walking away from the old life and jumping into something new. And also, Aquarius energy coming out very strongly. I would assume it's like this person could be very independent, and kind of wanting to kind of just go off and do their own thing, and very like free spirited type of energy. But let's get a. Still trying to knock this over. Oh my gosh. We're not doing these readings in the garage anymore. Okay. Can pile one trust their person? All right, we have it is safe for you to love. Open your heart to give and receive the highest energy of all. Okay, So I do think, I mean, these cards do come out quite positively. Like, even the star card can imply, like, healing after a sort of ending in the connection and maybe a new start. But really just like really pay attention to, what's happened in your connection, use your intuition. I think for many of you, yes, there's beautiful possibilities. It's safe for you to love. This person is free spirited, so maybe they kind of come and go, but it can be that there is like definitely opportunity for like healing in the connection, kind of like more authenticity, opening up with this person, and kind of like new starts. So yeah, that looks good. So I hope that resonated with you. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next reading. Bye. Okay, so if you chose pile 2, and you chose this rainbow moonstone. Oh, look, you get to see a little bit of that shine on the corner. It's pretty, right? It'd be cool if there was more of those little bits in there. Okay, before we like kind of talk about the song that I shuffled for you, which is like the only thing I know about your reading so far, because we're gonna do some live shuffling. And I explained to pile 1. I'm probably gonna just re-explain. I don't know if I did in the intro, but I'm gonna kind of put timestamps for the beginning portion of this reading. Um, I guess I'll put timestamps. I wasn't actually maybe planning on doing that, but maybe I'll do that. But yeah, like I wanted to check in, like what's like the nature of your connection with this person to kind of just make sure that it is resonating with you, so that you can trust whether you can actually trust them or not, or you can trust this reading. Um, so yeah, hopefully this beginning part should resonate with you. And then we'll move on to the question, can you trust them? Are they trustworthy? So, pile 2, what has the connection with their person been like? Okay, so since that happened, I feel like I need to tell you, since I did tell pile 1 this, that sometimes when I feel like I'm shuffling a long time, sometimes I think it's just because like we need the right card to come out, so it might take a while. Other times I wonder if it's like kind of pointing towards this person has been silent in some way, quiet maybe. Let's see. So we have champagne. Okay, maybe not. So drinks, party, congrats, success, milestone, fun, celebration, enjoyment, friends, festivity, holiday. So okay, maybe you are friends with this person. Maybe you've gone out to parties with this person. You've gone out to drink with this person. Celebrate certain successes in your life. And maybe, this is a connection that has felt very successful, felt very fun. You really enjoy spending time with this person. Um, let's see. What is the connection with pile 2 and their person like? What was pile 2's connection with their person? Okay, there we go. Retrograde. Okay. For some reason, I can't pronounce that. Okay. So, I mean, obviously, we could say this could be someone from your past, someone that maybe, yeah, has been kind of silent in your life recently, like you haven't talked with this person in a long time or a while. Uh, Sorry, I kind of burped there. That probably sounded weird. Um, I do feel like, again, there was like a very sort of loving connection with this person. Like you did have a lot of fun with them, and you were compatible with this person. Like I don't feel like there, unless there was like a big fight that separated you two. Besides that, even if that did happen, I feel like naturally your connection with this person kind of flowed and was like very easy, and maybe not a lot of problems with this person, like kind of no arguments really. Like you guys get along. Um, so let's see. What has the connection with pile two and their person been like? Okay, dang. That hit the mic. I'm sorry, that's probably loud. So we have Chameleon Spirit. Act as if. So obviously the chameleon spirit makes me think of someone who blends in. Someone who maybe is like, yeah, can be, okay, maybe like you went out to party with this person, but they were kind of like quiet still when they would go out. I don't know, and maybe they'd kind of like blend in with the background, or maybe, even if you went out with this person, maybe they weren't like exactly the life of the party. Otherwise, I kind of feel like I also feel like otherwise, if you know this person to be very social, because I also get that, someone who's very social and someone who knows how to kind of bring out different sides of their personalities with different people. So I'd say this is someone who's very charismatic and kind of knows how to talk to anyone. And especially if like this person from like you go out to the bar with this person or you drink with this person. Like I feel like this would be someone who would easily strike up a conversation with a stranger. So yeah, so if you resonate with that. Now the other thing too could be like there was like a lot of changes in the connection with this person, and again like maybe it resonates for you guys. Doesn't have to be all of you, but yeah, like maybe this person is like not really in your life anymore. They're like kind of from the past now. But yeah, so hopefully some of that should resonate with you, and we'll go ahead and look at, are they trustworthy? Okay. Yeah, so your song, you had All This by Point Point. It wasn't the Pyramid remix, but I did write that down because it's a way better version of the song if you wanted to listen to it. But yeah, okay, so this one was kind of funny to me because, let's see, did I write anything down? Okay, yeah, no, not really. So I didn't really get too much of a message from like the song itself, other than I think it's the album cover, and I'll probably put a picture of it up so you can see it. I mean, they kind of look like they're trying to look trustworthy. Like they look like they should be trustworthy. Like those white T-shirts and stuff, and they got their little puppy, and it looks kind of like very like modest in a way. But to me, like I say, like maybe, possibly they are trustworthy because it gives me the impression that this person wants to appear trustworthy, but it's kind of like if you know anyone who like looks really innocent or like has maybe a baby face, so like you just kind of assume they're sweet and innocent and could do no wrong or would never harm a fly or something like that, and that's just like maybe they use that to their advantage because maybe they're not actually like that. That's kind of deep though, so I'm not sure if that's really, it's just kind of what I get from that. But let's see, like actually, Can pile 2 trust this person? So we have allow divine timing. Can pile 2 trust this person? Alright, so we have the Chariot. So we have Cancer energy. Compile to trust this person. Okay, we have the 3 of Swords. Compile to trust this person. And we have the Tower. Okay. So after this, just going to pull a Romance Angel Oracle. And to answer your question, I mean, from these cards, can you trust this person? I mean, the 3 of Swords and the Tower would tell me no, you cannot trust this person. It's funny because I do kind of relate to, I have a baby face for sure. Not too long ago, I was called kiddo by someone. I'm like almost in my 30s. And yeah, sometimes like, because I have this sort of like baby face and like innocent sort of energy to me, which for the most part I would say is true. But it's definitely like people would never expect some of the things that I've been through, some of the things that I've done. Definitely not. Based off of like how I come across. So I do feel like I kind of relate it to that a little bit, and I do feel like, and the reason why is because I'm a Cancer. We have Cancer energy with the Chariot. So yeah, I do feel like this person may come across as very sort of innocent and like, again, like modest in some way. But maybe, at least with the Chariot card, it does make me think of someone who's, in this case, like maybe a bit selfish and will do, well, kind of just like maybe doesn't always think of other people and is just kind of more about their success in some way. Or like getting what they want and not necessarily always caring how it affects others. Yeah, it could definitely be. Yeah, I do feel like this person comes across as maybe not the most trustworthy. So let's see, Romance Angel Oracle. Is this person trustworthy for pile 2? Finances and career. Financial issues are a factor in your love life right now. Maybe for some of you, you know this person from work. So with allow divine timing, and we have the Chariot and the Tower energy. Yes, overall, I just kind of get the fact, or like this energy that this person is focused on like certain goals or something like that, and maybe that's their priority, and it might mean that they're not willing to like sort of pursue anything else. If this is a sort of like romantic thing for you, you're interested in this person romantically. then I would say like they may not have the same feelings. They may be focused on other things, and like certain other goals. The other thing with this person, it's possible that they are interested in you, and it's like this is like a romantic connection type of thing. I'm not getting this as strongly, like this message as strongly. I feel like it's more so like what I just said, but otherwise, like I feel like it could be that this person deals with feelings of being impatient, and maybe if they have to take things slow in a connection, they end up like sabotaging the connection in some way due to like frustration of having to be patient or something like this, because the chariot to me is like kind of wanting to go after something, wanting to pursue something, very determined to kind of achieve something. And with that sort of energy, with allow divine timing, it makes me think of like things not moving forward and someone is frustrated. So if it could be that this person is would be frustrated of like because of a slower pace of things, and would end up self-sabotaging in some way. It's possible. I don't think this is for everyone, but it could be that this person ends up doing something hurtful, because of their own sort of frustration and kind of wanting to force things or push things forward with you, and maybe you wouldn't like that. And so in that way, I wonder if maybe like, yeah, this person's, although they might be dedicated, maybe their sort of strategy around things or methods of doing things causes complications, and yeah, maybe this person ends up like self-sabotaging in some way. So I hope that that resonated with you. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next reading. Bye. Okay, pile 3, you chose the Peter site. And before we see if your person is trustworthy or not, I'm just going to shuffle some cards to kind of take a look at how your connection with this person has been so far. And so hopefully, like, you should resonate with that. And as long as, you know, you resonate with that, then we'll continue on to the next part, which is, are they trustworthy? Can you trust them? So for pile 3, what has the connection with their person been like? Okay, so we have mixer, preparing, combining, mixing things up, alchemy, stirring the pot, catalyst for change, developing. Okay, so maybe there's been a lot of changes in the connection with this person. Catalyst for change does make me think that this could be someone who kind of like craves, I guess, deeper meaning in things. Like this might be someone who's not as, you know, like a big fan of small talk. Small talk. Wow, I can't even talk. Yeah, maybe they're not a really big fan of small talk. And like uh, their intentions for doing things could involve like wanting things to be important. I don't know if that makes sense, but like for me, for example, like I kind of relate to this, that it's often that it's not too important. Maybe I won't talk about that. But yeah, I do feel like this person cares about like what's important, what's the most important. Maybe they don't like a whole lot of fluff. Like they're very direct and straight to the point. Like they would be someone who this is a weird way to describe it, but they might be someone who would rather read like a nonfiction sort of story than a fictional story. Or like they may not be someone who's super interested in like poetry and things like that, because it's like artsy and it kind of dances around like the real point of things. It's like you could just say it, something like that. That kind of like might represent how this person is. But it could also be that there has been a lot of sort of changes in the connection with this person. Maybe this person likes to debate on things, so maybe it's like they stir the pot a little bit, cause a little bit of friction sometimes. This person could be very honest as well. So let's see, what's the connection with this person been like for pile 3? Okay, we got Pallas Athena, I think. This came out in my last reading. Excuse me. What's their connection with this person? Alright, so we have Skunk Spirit, Know Your Worth. Okay, so this is reminding me a little bit of, that reading in my last, the pile in my last reading. It was pile number 1. Um, and it kind of wasn't really, like the most positive reading, to be honest. And it kind of fits with this card too. Like, this person might be very honest. It could be that this person's not the most sensitive. This person cares more about, being right than, like how people feel in the situation, maybe. So I do kind of feel like your connection with this person might have been difficult. If I remember from that pile, it kind of talked about someone who could have ghosted the person. Um, but I think that this is someone who is confident, someone who thinks a lot, someone who is smart. Um, and again, like they don't like a whole lot of fluff. Maybe like it's like so okay, and like listening to someone talk about something and tell a story, it's like they would not want to hear about all the small details. They would want it just to be like to the point, like what's important about it, not all the other additional sort of information. So it could be that this is someone who's like, if you've been close to this person and you did talk with this person and had conversations with them, it's like, maybe they could feel bored of the conversation, or um, yeah, it's like they would want you to skip to like what's important, which I'm not saying is like a super nice thing to do. But that could kind of like be in a way like how you resonate with this pile and like how your connection with this person has been. It does feel like that Know Your Worth card is kind of more for the viewer, is what I'm getting. It's like know your worth in this situation. Um, and I wonder if this person hasn't always been very kind to you. Possibly have had a lot of conversations with this person. Um, Again, this person could like to kind of like argue on things or debate, challenge people's thoughts on things. And I would say one other thing about this person is it kind of takes a very confident person to deal with this person. I feel like this is someone who should probably stay away from sensitive types, um, because they might not really care about their feelings, kind of thing. So yeah, if you resonate with that, we're gonna see like, is this person trustworthy? And I will say, the pile that that card came out in my last reading, it did come up that that person might not be, really what they seem to be, kind of like a little bit of an illusion, and yeah, maybe that they're not trustworthy and they kind of say things that sound nice to get what they want. So the song that you have Vertigo by Kiss No, I think. I don't know how to say it. And it's featuring Amethyst. So I wrote down some lyrics. It says, I falter on your alibis. And another lyric, the lines that we tread upon make themselves very discreet. Then another little lyric was, do I really know you? So I do feel like maybe you could resonate with that this person might have a lot of alibis, like, oh, I was over here, I was doing this, you can trust me, this, I was just hanging out with my family, I was just hanging out with my brother, I don't know, things like that. But yeah, something about this person does come across as very discreet, and maybe you're wondering, do I really know you? Can I really trust you? So let's see. Compile 3. Trust this person. Okay, so we have self-love. Compile 3, trust this person. Is their person trustworthy? Got a flash of the tower. Let's keep going. Is this person trustworthy? Compile 3, trust them. The Knight of Cups came out. Compile 3, trust their person. And then the High Priestess flew out too. Compile 3, trust them. And we have the Five of Cups. I might do something that I generally never do. So like I never ask for clarification on a card, because I've found that basically every time that I ask for clarification, and I find that this happens for like many other readers too. It's like it just ends up confirming what they were already thinking. But yeah, basically what I am thinking with the Knight of Cups, the High Priestess, and the Five of Cups is that this person could disappoint you, especially if this is kind of like a love connection. And that, maybe the High Priestess is kind of saying that your intuition is right about something. Like if you're feeling like maybe you can't trust this person, I would assume that's how you're feeling since you clicked on this reading. Do I really know you? Maybe there are secrets in this person that you don't know about. But yeah, let me double check with the Knight of Cups. Like, what's that about? Can pile 3 trust this person? Be the Emperor. Okay. And you know what? I will clarify the Five of Cups too, actually. We're gonna do it. Let's clarify some cards. Is compile 3, trust them. What's the Five of Cups for? The Hanged Man. So a little bit of Pisces energy. We also have Aries energy here with the Emperor. I feel like this is more of a yes because I mean, now definitely do use your intuition, um and trust your intuition. But I do kind of feel like maybe this person would get upset if you do accuse them of things. And if they do get like upset about it, um, then I wonder if it's like they're telling the truth. Like if you were wondering like where's this person been with the hanged man, it kind of talks about like pauses, delays, and kind of like things not moving forward and kind of until you see things from another perspective. So what it makes me think of is like this person, like with alibis coming up, like maybe this person seems secretive or goes missing at times and you're wondering what are they up to. Doesn't mean that they're cheating or something like that if this is a love connection, especially with the Knight of Cups there and the Emperor. I feel like this person could be honest, and especially if they are sad, if you thought they were doing something behind your back. And it could also be something like maybe this person gets drained in some way or gets a little depressed, and maybe when they're feeling down, they kind of push things off a lot and lose motivation. And maybe that's those times that they're silent and you don't hear from them. It's not that they're up to anything sketchy, they're just sad about something or low energy. Um, Yeah, I do really feel like they would be sad if you accuse them of cheating or something like that. So I do feel like this person is honest. And when self love comes out too, if you do resonate with being very anxious about what this person's up to, and it could be because you are very focused on this person and it's hard to kind of get them off your mind, it could be important for you to practice a little bit of like more self love and more self care and kind of sounds rude, but like mind your business. That's really rude, but that's what came up, and I don't think that's like basically just taking care of yourself and letting this person have their space because I do feel like this person it does in these cards this combination I feel like you don't trust them and I do feel like they are trustworthy and that they do kind of um like only look at you kind of thing, especially if you do worry that this person has eyes for anyone else or is possibly having secrets or cheating or something like that. But I'm going to pull one last card and I'm glad that I took those clarifiers out. Maybe I should do that more often, huh? Let's see. I'm going to pull Romance Angel Oracle just to get one last message. Pile 3, can you really trust this person? Because I do feel like you guys really might doubt like this person's intentions or whether this person is trustworthy or not, even if they've told you that they are. Is pile 3's person trustworthy? A past life relationship. You have known each other before. And I get one more card actually. Um, Pile 3. Trust this person. We got passion. So overall, honestly, like, I think yes, mostly. I don't see many bad things here. For some of you, it could be that, if this is in some way like a newer connection, um, it could be that this person is having trouble moving on from a past relationship. And maybe it's a little bit difficult for them to open back up to love if this is kind of a newer person for you. But otherwise, I do feel like this person is very passionate about you. If any of you really do feel like you can't trust this person, and maybe instead of this person getting sad if you ask them what's up, or like if they get a sense that you're questioning what they've been up to, or if they've been like dishonest in some way, if they don't necessarily just get sad about it and kind of accept the fact that you thought that or something, and maybe they get really defensive, or if you really sense that something is off, then it's possible that they are kind of messing around or considering messing around with like past connections. But that's only if you really feel that. And honestly, if you're confused, because I feel like this reading can come up a little bit confusing, if you're still confused and this reading didn't really fully answer that question for you, then, you can also feel free to check into another reading just to, like, make sure. But that's kind of what I get for you. So I do hope that it resonated with you, Pile 3. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next reading. Bye. Okay, Pile 4, welcome to your reading. So you have this fluorite here, the green fluorite. Let's see. Well, first we're going to take a look at just kind of your connection with your person, see how your connection with your person has been like. This is just kind of meant to help connect you to the reading and make sure that it is resonating. So then you can also trust the next portion of the reading, which is, can you trust them? So let's see. For Pile 4, what has their connection with their person been like? Ooh, tarot cards. Okay. It says intuition, spirituality, divination, symbolism, guide, mysticism, fate, prediction, and telepathy. So I don't know, maybe you have a very intuitive connection with this person. Maybe you guys share a love of spirituality, divination, using tarot cards. Maybe you've done tarot readings for this person. Maybe they've done tarot readings for you. I do get like a very like friendly vibe, or just having lots in common. Kind of a spoiler, because the song that you got for the shuffled songs is Animal Crossing New Horizons Lo-Fi. So it's like a lo-fi version of the New Horizons song. So yeah, like it does make me think of like a shared love of the like similar interests. So that could be video games, tarot cards, and in general just having things in common with this person. So let's see more about what is the connection with for Pile 4 and their person. What has their connection been like? Okay, then we get Mercury messages. So yeah, maybe you it does again, yeah, make me think like connecting on like, well, it could be like an intellectual level, but I was really thinking like with telepathy here in Mercury, maybe it's like, well, I don't know, maybe it's you have compatible Mercury signs. And in general, it's like the conversations you have show that you are compatible with this person. But yeah, I was kind of getting also like kind of being able to like read this person's mind a little bit. So yeah, like a very intuitive connection. Maybe you talk a lot with this person. And interesting with tarot cards and messages. So like maybe this is, yeah, again, it's like maybe you've done tarot readings for this person. And maybe it's like this person looks forward to getting messages from you, whether that's literally just like text messages, or if it's like they come to you for readings or advice, and it's like they might see you as someone who's like a, almost a spiritual guide for them. And yeah, maybe it's like they think it's kind of mysterious, your connection with this person. Let's see. What's the connection between Powerful and their person? We have Lizard Spirit, dream the world into being. Yeah, I think you have a very positive connection with this person. This feels like a good friend. It doesn't have to necessarily be platonic, but like just good vibes. Like I would say this person enjoys being around you, they enjoy talking with you, they enjoy hearing you talk. Kind of opposite the, I think, Pile 3, the message came out that they might not always enjoy talking or listening to someone talk. But it could be, I feel like that's opposite this energy. I feel like this person might think, and maybe it goes both ways for you, that you could listen to this person talk for hours and you wouldn't feel bored. And in fact, you might feel like you're really learning something, or there's something mysterious about it. Maybe this person gives you a lot of sort of synchronicities and it's like kind of mysterious. But I also get like a very supportive energy. I feel like this is someone who supports your dreams in life, wants you to feel like you can achieve things. Yeah, and I mean, I guess with tarot cards and spirituality, if you resonate with this person being spiritual, I do feel like they overall like have positive intentions for definitely you and probably many people. Like I feel like this is a very supportive energy, someone who likes to lift people up and make them feel good and positive, and likes to give like advice. And again, kind of just like a very sort of supportive energy. And again, mutual sort of positive feelings. So getting along with this person. I feel like it would be hard to have arguments with this person, have disagreements, or at the very least, it's like you have a lot in common with this person, it seems. I just saw 44 on the clock too, so that's always a sign to me that kind of like a positive sign that things are going to turn out well, or that well, it's funny because it's like maybe it's you can trust this situation. And I mean, this energy is very positive, and also, to be honest, from your song, it just feels like there's nothing bad about it, is so far what I'm getting. And yeah, 44 to me is like a message of protection. So perhaps, like, you are protected in this connection, or it's also maybe that this person feels in some way protective of you. Like, I really do feel like this person does feel protective of you, and not in like a controlling way, but more like a very supportive way. So let's move on. Like, can you trust this person? I would be very surprised if maybe you can't. I mean, it's possible something like that could come up, but so far from this energy just seems very good. And there's no like lyrics to this song. It's just kind of like a song to vibe to, no lyrics. But yeah, it's definitely makes me think that this person, especially with Animal Crossing as a game, like it's a very friendly game. Like anyone can play it, of any age, and it's not difficult. It's very relaxed and very easy. There's not really any sort of real. I mean, there's objectives in the games, but like it's take your time. It's no rush. So maybe that's this person's energy. They wouldn't rush you, um, and yeah, it's like very friendly. And again, like you might have a lot in common with this person, kind of like innocent vibes. I do feel like this person has good intentions for not only you, but just like anyone in general, is what I feel so far. But let's see. Compile for trust their person. Okay, interesting. So we have cut the cord. Compile for trust this person. We have the Eight of Swords. The Seven of Cups. And we got the Queen of Wands. So perhaps for some of you it could resonate that this person is a fire sign, or has like maybe some strong fire in their chart. Um, So I do feel like the way this person's energy is coming up to me is that they are a friendly person. I don't think this person has bad intentions really for anyone, but it could be that you might not get something you want out of the connection with this person. Because with the Eight of Swords and the Seven of Cups, it can be that this person's sometimes indecisive or unsure, or doesn't always take action towards even the things that they want. And with cut the cord, so it could mean that, yeah, again, it's like this person is still deciding, unsure about something in the connection with you, possibly, and that makes them feel the need to kind of hold back. Um, I feel like this is someone who's very independent. And I think it depends on what you want out of the connection with this person. So if they are, and I do feel like if this person is spiritual in some way, um, sometimes I feel like very spiritual people do kind of really like to just kind of spend time alone. And you're and like kind of recharge their energy, and maybe it's a little bit exhausting. And this might not resonate for everybody, but it could be for some of you that this person, again, just kind of like needs alone times at time, or just is a bit unsure of how to go about this connection. And it honestly, for some of you, it could just be that this person has friendly feelings towards you, doesn't think anything badly of you, but may not really take a whole lot of action, maybe towards um, like kind of just having this connection develop further. But let's see. I'm gonna pull a Romance Angel Oracle, and I kind of want to read from the book for this card too, because I think it has more than just straight up cut the cords. I think there's like something in there that might be kind of useful for you to hear, and maybe it's not so negative. Because it doesn't necessarily mean that you need to cut the cords with this person, or that maybe this person wants to do that, though that could be the case. Just use your intuition. It could just be that something about this person is very free spirited and sort of independent, and sometimes they have trouble deciding or knowing where they want to go, and maybe that causes them to kind of be a bit absent, or not so much like present or taking action. And it could just be a message for you that if you do want like a positive and like harmonious connection with this person, that it's going to be important for you also to have like your own life and be independent, and not always look to this person to like fulfill certain needs or something like that. But yeah, let's see, for pile 4, can they trust this person? Okay, so we have very soon. Clearly decide what you want so that it comes to you now, which is pretty interesting. Um, Considering the Seven of Cups is just like exactly that energy. It's like clearly decide what you want, and maybe this person deals with some confusion with making decisions. So if you resonate with this person struggling with that, but you know that they do have friendly feelings towards you, I just think it takes a lot of patience with this person, and that there might be like a slow development in the connection. If you're okay with that, then I do think you can trust this person. But if you feel frustrated with that, or that's not fulfilling for you in a connection, then I think, it kind of comes up as like maybe not really getting what you wanted out of the connection, whatever that means. And I did notice you do have unrequited love at the bottom of your deck, and I don't think that's for everybody. And I don't think that means that this person doesn't like you. But I do feel like there may be, if this is a friendship, it could be that their interest is uh, developing, or what they want out of connections might be different. So you might connect in slightly different ways, which is a little interesting considering the first part of being so compatible with this person. Maybe you have a lot of shared interests with this person, but the way you go about connections could be quite different. Something like that. But I do feel like for for those of you who this is like a friend and you're not really concerned about how quickly the friendship develops, I do feel like this person could take time to come towards you in some way. They may be focused on many other things, and kind of scattered in their head or with their time. So I do feel like they will eventually make a move towards you, but it may take a while, and it could be that it's important for you to practice like having independence and self-care and self-love in this connection. Um, yeah, because it's like this, there's something about this person also being quite patient and not really rushing into this connection. So if that's something that will bother you, it could be important for you to kind of cut the cord in this connection. Um, Sorry, I'm looking for my book. Okay, I got it. So I do want to read Cut the Cord. It says, there may still be energetic cords tethering you to trauma and pain that you need to cut before you can be fully free. This is your sign to leave the past behind and start afresh. Um, So yeah, I do feel like for some of you, if it's like, I really do get the sense that it's not like this person's not trustworthy. Like I don't feel like this is someone who will deceive you or lie to you or try and trick you. Like I do feel like this person has good intentions, but they may not be rushed to get involved. And so in a way, it's like if you're wondering, can I trust them that they want to really pursue a connection with me, and it's going to be like quick, and they're really going to actively, put energy in that every day. It may not be that way. It might be that they don't always focus on the connection with you. This does feel very friendly. So yeah, you if this is a friend, you might be disappointed by the fact that they don't always check up on you, or they can be busy from time to time, or they're not always like, you know, they may not always be curious about you, to be honest. Um, so yeah, again, friendly. They are trustworthy, but you may not end up getting what you wanted out of the connection with this person. Is kind of what I'm getting. So yeah, that's your message, Pile 4. Thank you for watching. I hope it was helpful, and I'll see you back in the next reading. Bye. Okay, Pile 5. You chose the Rutilated Quartz, and this is your reading. Um, so first thing we're going to do is check up on your connection with your person, just to make sure that it resonates, this first part. So obviously if this part doesn't resonate with you, you might want to maybe choose a different pile. But yeah, we're going to see like what's the nature of your connection with this person. How has the connection with this person been so far? And yeah, if you are resonating with that, then we'll go ahead and move on to whether you can trust them or not. So for pile 5, what's the connection with their person been like? Okay, so we have piano, talented artist, practice, creation, inspiration, expression, learning new skills, passion, hobby. Okay, so maybe it's this person thinks you're very talented at something, like maybe a hobby, or you're an artist in some way, or you do music. Yeah, for some of you, maybe it's like you have a nice singing voice and they like to hear you sing. Um, they think you're very talented in some way, or it could also be that you share certain talents with this person or art with this person. Maybe you give this person inspiration, or this person inspires you. Yeah, maybe you like have shared your passions with this person. What you want to achieve in life, what you want to be known for. It is kind of giving like 10th house energy just a little bit. Let's see. Maybe you've asked this person like what would you what do you want to be, or like what's the perfect life look like for you, something like that. Um, okay, what's the connection between pile 5 and their person? Okay, Sagittarius, expand. Oh, interesting, since it says learning new skills, and then we have Sagittarius energy, which does make me think of someone who does like to learn. It could be that this person has taught you something, taught you how to do something, taught you some sort of skill. Or also, this person has inspired you to learn something new or expand in some way. It could be with this Sagittarius energy, you've gone on like trips with this person, like you've traveled with them. Maybe you've talked about traveling with this person. And yeah, even with Sagittarius, it does make me think of like the meaning of life. So, kind of going back to that, like, almost 10th house energy. Like, what's your purpose? Like, what are you here for? What do you want to do? What does the perfect life look like for you? Where do you want to go? Who do you want to be? Those sorts of questions. It could be that, yeah, this is specific, so obviously it's only for maybe a few people. But like maybe this person, I don't know if I already said it, but could literally have been your teacher. But if not, I do feel like maybe you've just learned like a lot from this connection with this person. Kind of maybe opened you up to new adventures or like new ways of doing things or thinking about things, new philosophies on life. And maybe even for some of you, sort of like a spiritual awakening. But let's see, what's the connection with this person been like for pile 5? Okay. Number 50, Rhino Spirit. Overcome any obstacle. So yeah, I do get a sense that if it's not that like, well, I do feel like you could have possibly learned a lot from the connection with this person, but I also feel like you could have actually it's possible like you really wanted to help this person expand in some way, like with Rhino Spirit, overcome any obstacle. So this is funny because I do feel like this makes sense with the song you got, and we'll talk more about it, but kind of gives me vibes for some of you that this person has struggled a lot in their life in some way, maybe dealt with like depression and things like that. And I feel like your presence in their life was very optimistic and wanting to show them a new perspective, a new philosophy, a new way of living life that was maybe more optimistic and kind of encouraging them that they can get through something. If not that, then I feel like that was their energy towards you, like hoping that you could see that you can overcome any obstacle. You're smart enough, you're talented enough, you're capable. But yeah, I more so kind of sense that that was your energy towards this person, wanting to encourage them that they are capable of things, like great things, and maybe you saw like great potential in this person. It's one or the other. Like they saw great potential in you. Maybe it's both, even. So yeah, if that resonates with you, we'll go ahead and see. Like, can you trust this person? And so the song that you got was "Shadow of the Day" by Linkin Park. And yeah, this card, or well, the card, but this song, definitely, it reminds me of someone specific, and that person, and it connects very well to what I kind of just talked about as far as like your connection with this person. Yeah, because so the shadow of the day does make me think of someone who could deal with like depression. Well, I didn't think this, but I almost wanted to say lower self esteem. So maybe they deal with that. Yeah, feeling like they can't achieve something or it's not even worth it to try. Um, Sort of like, yeah, kind of sad energy. So you could resonate with this person dealing with that. And basically, what I got from this song, as far as like, so, okay, one of the lyrics in the song says, "Sometimes goodbye is the only way." Now, I'm pretty sure he's saying that as in, like, he doesn't want to be in, like, part of life anymore. It's like that kind of thing. So, yeah, I don't know. Maybe it's like this person did deal with, like, maybe suicidal thoughts. That's really dark, but it's possible that, yeah, you resonate with that. And I do sense that if you do resonate with that, then it's like you were trying to really encourage this person to keep going and to have a more optimistic perspective of things. Um, and so overall, what I get from that energy, because I was trying to use the songs as like, is it a yes or a no as far as can you trust this person? Well, what it tells me is like they could again deal with like depression, and maybe it's that I don't get a sense that this person um, has bad intentions, but may not, again, like live in their fullest potential, which could mean that they do end up not only disappointing you, but maybe even disappointing themselves in some way. Like that sort of energy, like, I can't do it. It's not even worth trying. Like, it's not a very healthy mindset, and it's not a very strong mindset, to be honest. So it could be that this person deals with that. And yeah, let's see. Basically, like, let's see, are they trustworthy? Compile 5, trust this person. Okay, so we have boundaries. Compile 5, trust this person. We've got the Queen of Cups. Pile 5. Okay, we have the Wheel. So there's more Sagittarius energy, actually. Wonder if some of you actually like resonate with maybe this person being a Sagittarius, maybe having some strong Sagittarius in their chart or something. But we also have like water energy with the Queen of Cups. So can pile 5 trust them? Okay, we get the Devil. So it's Capricorn energy. Oh, that's funny too, actually. So before your reading started, the only decks that I'm like reshuffling is the tarot deck, because I'm pulling 3 cards out. So when I put them back, they're all together. So I do kind of want to shuffle the cards up so they are like a little bit mixed up again. But so I shuffled this deck before I started your reading, and this was actually the bottom deck energy, the King of Swords. And I already felt like that was going to connect to your reading, and I hesitated and I decided not to, because originally I was thinking, like, what if I started out pile five's reading by being like, look, this was at the bottom of your deck. And I don't know, I decided not to. But I do feel like sometimes the King of Swords, is definitely not always the most emotional card. Maybe a bit detached from their emotions, and sometimes like I can see the King of Swords, and especially in this case, as like someone who maybe doesn't show a whole lot of interest, or can be on their own a lot, not always in the most positive energy, and like kind of can resonate with this person dealing with some negative thoughts, especially with the Devil coming out. I do feel like this person can go through periods of feeling more positively about life, and then feeling trapped in life in some way, or feeling trapped within negative thoughts. And overall, actually, I think this person does have good, like, intent, well, good feelings towards you. Like, I don't think that this person doesn't like you. Um, but I do feel like this person, if they feel like shut off from their emotions or emotionally unavailable because they're depressed or something like that, it feels like that could resonate here. And if you resonate with that, I feel like it's like this person feels like they would be bad for you. Like they would be a bad influence, or they wouldn't be able to give you what you deserve in a connection. Like I feel like this person could see you as someone who's very kind, generous, caring, and a very maybe emotionally available, which for them can maybe even make them a bit uncomfortable because they don't know how to express their emotions at times. Like maybe for this person, they feel more comfortable in connections that aren't very deep and a very like surface level, and maybe they don't know them so well, so they don't need to open up so deeply, kind of thing. It could, I kind of feel like that here. And it's like, if this person stays away from you, just understand that it's not because they think negatively of you or they don't like you, but it's more like to protect you because they feel like their sort of depressive thoughts or whatever keeps them trapped would cause issues for you. Or like they could sense that you're sensitive and that they could upset you like maybe easily. And it would actually upset them to upset another person, so they might choose to keep boundaries up and stay away, so they don't like hurt you in some way or make you feel bad. So let's see. Yeah, I don't know. The energy of this person very much feels like they've already given up on life, and they don't feel like they have a reason to fight for much or for anything. And it could be that they feel like again, it's just this energy of like it's not even worth it to try, because they don't feel like they're enough in some way, or they feel like they always kind of disappoint people in some way, maybe. So let's get one more card. Let's see. So can pile five trust this person? Are they trustworthy? Yeah, okay. Healing family issues. Your love life benefits as you forgive your parents. This person, I mean, uh, definitely. Okay. With the way this energy comes up in this person, and especially if you resonate with this being like someone who can fall into depression, like maybe deep depression or something like that, I do feel like, especially with the devil card too, like there's some trauma there probably. I do feel like this person deals with a lot of trauma. And maybe it's like their family life growing up was very toxic or complicated, or maybe even for some abusive. And I do feel like this person feels so much, almost like pain, feels so much like I do feel like this person has been deeply affected by like some sort of family issue or something like that. And that very, this is so interesting how this is connecting to this person that I was thinking of. Um, Kind of the story of what happened with that person was that I think both of us really enjoyed each other and we got along, but I do feel like they dealt with depression a lot, and it causes them to kind of be isolated at times or not be able to be very present. And I do sense that it really affected them and does affect them when they can tell that it would affect you or disappoint you, or it would upset you. So it's like if they feel like they can't be there for you and they know it hurts you, they might just choose to stay away completely. um, and I do feel like this person deals with, again, a lot of heavy trauma, and maybe that's a lot of what their life is about, like working that sort of thing out, and it might take them a long time. And I feel like they might feel like they're not right for a connection because of these issues, is what I'm feeling. Now, I will show you the bottom deck energy that you got, and I didn't do this for every pile, I did it for the last one, though. Romantic feeling. So, and I do feel like this person, again, it's possible if you are here for a romantic connection that they do have romantic feelings towards you. It could also be that they feel like there's something messed up about them that they can't really control. And again, because they understand that and they know how it affects others, they think it's better not to get involved because inevitably they'd end up like hurting you in some way. So, as sad as it is, like it is uh, kind of them thinking of you and thinking what's best for you, although you might not, you might want them to open up to you or something like that. And you would think like it doesn't have to be this hard or something. Um, but yeah, I feel like they might be very trapped in their thoughts or their sort of mindset that, they feel like they can't do much about it, or they could feel like there's only a short period of time where they're feeling optimistic enough to actually do something about their life, and then they fall back into a sort of trapped mindset again, and then they feel like they can't do anything. So I feel like, I mean, honestly, it's just this person working through a lot of their own issues, and again, kind of looking out for your best interests. And if they feel like a connection with them would be difficult on you, then I feel like this person might be more likely to stay away. So, are they trustworthy? I don't think this person has bad intentions. I don't think this person has bad feelings towards you. But I do feel like they may feel like they can't live up to people's expectations. And so, even like it's just not even worth it to even give a little bit or even try a little bit, because they never feel like it will be enough. So, yeah, that's your message, pile five. Hope that it is helpful for you in some way. Um, I know that this message is not the like most positive, but if you resonate with this person, then you probably know how this goes with them. And yeah, so thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next reading. Bye. Alright, pile six, welcome to your reading. So you chose the aragonite crystal. And let's see. First, I want to take a look at how your connection with this person has been like so far. So, just to make sure that you are resonating with this part of the reading before we get into like whether you can trust them or not. And there will be timestamps to skip to whether you can trust them or not if you want to do that. But yeah, so first let's take a look at your connection with this person. So pile six, how has their connection been with this person? Toothbrush. So, okay, actually, this isn't really, it's kind of random to say, but I'm just kind of glad that all of these cards have come up different. None of the same cards so far, so I'm happy about that. But yeah, we have toothbrush, staying over, moving in, getting serious, progress, trust, comfort, routine, closeness, integration. So yeah, I don't know, maybe it's like you stayed over at this person's house, maybe once, maybe more than once, so you left your toothbrush there. And maybe it's like the connection with this person like progressed very fast. Like suddenly you were just hanging out every single day and you could never separate from this person. I feel like there could have been like, yeah, like a closeness. And something about this person definitely being a part of your daily routine. Yeah, so let's see. What is the connection between pile five or pile six and their person? Okay, so we have the second house, resources. Hmm. I doubt for many of you that you work with this person, but maybe for some of you that does resonate. Like you work with this person. Yeah, and that could actually make sense as to why the toothbrush is there. Like, generally, I think relationships at work do develop quickly because you see them most days. So you just kind of end up interacting with them more often. So it could be something like that. Maybe it's like you two met at a place where it's like you were there for other reasons, but somehow ended up becoming close. I do also, uh, just like looking at the imagery of these cards, we have a toothbrush and an apple. So I'm thinking like health in some way. So I don't know. It's like maybe something where you connect with this person really focusing on their health, or maybe you focus on your health. Maybe it's something both of you do, or something one of you helped the other with. It could be also with this like staying over, moving in, getting serious, like maybe for some reason it is making me think of someone who was like taken under someone's wing a little bit. Like I mean, that doesn't sound like a romantic thing, but in a more romantic way, would be like someone wanting to pay for you. I don't know. It could be that this person has wanted to pay for you for things. Like maybe even like you stay freeloading. It's making me think of that a little bit. Like this person let you stay at their house for free. You didn't have to pay anything. They took care of all the resources. Um, and by the way, I meant to say, like, this doesn't have to be just for romantic connections either. This could be for, about anyone. But yeah, let's see more. What's the connection between pile 6 and their person been like? We have starfish, open to infinite possibility. Hmm. For some of you, I wonder if it's actually maybe not necessarily that this person. Hmm, I feel like for some of you that this connection could have started out if it wasn't like you met at a place that you frequently go to, like work or some other place, and you just happened to like be around this person a lot, so you got close with them. I also get this energy of like meeting in very casual circumstances with this like being open to infinite possibility. It's like, okay, we'll see where this goes, um, sort of thing. It could be that this person or you have been very focused on work in some way. I would say more it's like this person is very focused on work. And again, like kind of not super attached to like where the connection is going, but being open to what's gonna kind of happen with you, kind of thing. So I wonder if for some of you it's like um, an openness but no promises sort of energy. Like maybe this person gave you a sense of being open to a commitment, but you know, again, being open. So it's like not promised kind of thing. So yeah, if you resonate with that, we're gonna see. Can you trust this person? So, and I did see 55 on the clock for you. I saw 44 for a different pile. And 55 to me is definitely a number of change. And maybe it's like you've had to let go of this person, or this person had to let go of you. Um, so, yes, you could resonate with that. I also feel like usually when the aragonite comes out, I didn't want to think about this every time this stone is chosen for a pile. Um, But it's even like when I don't say it, it ends up coming out as an energy in the reading a lot of the times. Like looking at this stone and aragonite in general, like all the sort of like little pillars coming out in many different directions, to me it just makes me think of like a complicated connection. So you could have a complicated connection with this person. And the song you got is You're On by Madian featuring Cayenne. Cayenne? I think that's how it's pronounced. So the lyrics that I wrote down, well, actually, I guess I didn't write down lyrics for this one, but I wrote down that they could feel like your backup plan. It's like something like a decision needs to be made within this connection. And I guess, yeah, the lyrics in this song say, "Whose side are you on?" Okay. So let's see. I definitely feel like this person has given you reasons to question if they're trustworthy or not. But let's see, for pile 6, can they trust this person? So we have sacred friendship. Can pile 6 trust them? Yeah, we have this the 3 of Cups too. Okay, so this was interesting because initially with You're On, that song, to me, I was thinking more of like friendship vibes, like kind of like, I kind of don't like when people do this, but like when they have a fight with a friend and then they're like, they tell all their other friends, like, you can't talk to that person, or it's like, it also happens with breakups too, like even if both parties were like very much involved in their little community, it's like once the breakup happens they think like it's a betrayal if you go talk to the person they ended things with. So I don't know, maybe that energy does show up here, something like that. Just because I don't like it, I don't really care if other people do it. um, but yeah, like I mean, especially with sacred friendship and 3 of Cups, could be a definitely a friendship connection for you guys. But in the beginning, like the nature of your connection, and it's interesting because I feel like I didn't tell many of the other piles that there's going to be timestamps to skip ahead to whether you can trust them or not, but it just kind of, I blurted it out in your pile. And it made me think, like, oh, if I said that, I wonder if that needed to come out. And I think that's interesting because I feel like the beginning part of your reading, like the nature of your connection felt very more romantic, like and that doesn't have to be for everyone, but I was getting like very romantic sort of vibes. um so yeah, some of you maybe didn't really need to hear the beginning part if you're just here for like a friendship type of thing. Let's get more cards. Can pile 6 trust them? The 9 of Swords. Interesting. Can pile 6 trust them? Hierophant. So I've kind of like a version that I'm gonna give that's like platonic, and then a romantic version. So hang tight for whichever sort of group you're a part of. If you're here for a romantic connection, so I think if you can trust this person, I don't think so. Not really. Not that I think their intentions are bad, but I don't think that they. This doesn't feel like okay, with that toothbrush energy, especially if you resonated in the beginning with this connection with this person starting out very casual, and maybe this person had to suddenly let go of you, or you suddenly had to let go of this person. 3 of Cups energy is like definitely like kind of like partying a little bit, can kind of be like to me I can see it as If this was a romantic connection, they were having fun with you, but they didn't want anything serious. Then that could be the thing. So if you were wondering, like, can I trust them, as in, do they want to be with me? Um, I don't think that they see you that way. I think they see you more like a friend, someone to hang out with or party with, or someone that they did have a good time with, and they might be like they might be regretful if they feel like they've hurt you by like kind of leading you on in some way. I get that here. And then if you're here for like a friendship, honestly, I think that they feel intimidated by you if you do have that kind of energy of like, who's on my side, who's not on my side. And if you have that sort of energy, like they might feel like, I mean, the Nine of Swords kind of talks about fear. So they might fear that you could actually turn on them. Um, Otherwise, if you don't feel like you resonate with that, like you like that's confusing to you, like why would I turn on this person? It could actually be that, maybe this person would be likely to do that to you. If you resonate with this person having that sort of mentality of who's on my side or who's not. It is kind of reminding me, I've never been, so some of you probably, and maybe a lot of you probably don't know who this is, or I don't know. I never really watched a lot of his videos, but I was familiar with H3H3 on YouTube. I think he's on YouTube now still. Maybe he does other things. I don't know. But I heard some recent drama about him, and it kind of was like shocking to me because previously, before I like when I watched him, I was like, I mean, I thought he got into drama and stuff like that, and maybe it was unnecessary, and I didn't really like that so much. But everything else was like he was funny. He didn't seem like a bad person or anything. Seemed like he did kind of stand up for like the right kind of things a bit. But now I've seen some drama about him, and it's very much like, well, fuck you if you're not on my side, in this sort of like very like, whoa, okay, are you okay? Like, do you need help? Like, um, very like, whose side are you on? And like, if you're not on my side every time, then you're out. So if it's like, it could be that this person has that energy, and in some way, yeah, like, yeah, maybe they're not trustworthy in that way. Um, so yeah, let's pull one more card. Romance Angels Oracle, just to get a last sort of message of whether you can trust them or not. So for Yeah, and honestly, for some of you, it may not be that. Like maybe this person fears that you're like that. You're very like, you're in or out, and like, you're on my side, or you're not, or it's like this very like that type of energy. If they get that sense from you, it could be that, yeah, they do see you as like a cool person and someone that they would want to hang out with and have a friendship with, but they're hesitant and they're fearful because they feel that sort of energy coming from you. Like, are you loyal at every point or not? And if you're not always loyal, you're not always agreeing with me, then you're out. Um, they could be fearful of that sort of mentality, and that could cause them to like maybe consider whether they can trust you or not. Maybe they don't know if they can trust you. So pile six. Can pile six trust this person? No, you have flirt. Extend your lighthearted energy to others. So yeah, again, for those of you who this is like a romantic connection for you, yeah, this person's flirty, and this person probably flirted with you and kind of led you on and made it seem like they were, interested in more than just, a temporary thing. But I do feel like it's like this person may see you more like a flirtatious experience, a fun time, and someone that they only see as like more of a friendship, unfortunately. And then for those of you who it's like a friend, Yeah, I do feel like this person does think positively of you, but I do feel like this person actually worries if they can trust you or not. So maybe it goes both ways. Like you wonder, can I trust them? Whose side are they on? And they're wondering, can they trust you? Whose side are you on? Kind of thing. It could maybe go both ways or one or the other, I could see. But it's like they're curious about you. They want to find out if they can trust you. And so maybe it's, uh, I don't know. I hope that answers your question. But yeah, thank you for watching, Pile 6. I'll see you in the next reading. Bye. Alright, Pile 7. Welcome to your reading. It's this green stone, which, if I had to guess, I think it might be a dragon bloodstone. Because I think I remember when I got this, I was like really young, and I think I remember blood being in the name. I think. And I don't think it's just bloodstone. I don't know. Greenstone. And I was going to start your readings by saying, like, oh, it's pile number 7, the reading, the pile that almost didn't exist. And this is probably not going to be, like, this is like a weird little thing that I was thinking of. So don't mind this if you don't resonate with this. It could just be like for a specific person out there. It does make me think of it. Your song you got, it's called Amnesia. So it's like not having a memory, not remembering things, or forgetting. And so it's like, when I was thinking, like, I was going to say number 7, the pile that almost didn't exist. One thing I get from that is maybe you resonate with like having a near death experience, or it's like, maybe there was like complications during birth for you or something, so it's like it's a miracle you're here. That's pretty cool, and I got chills saying that. So if any of you, or like one of you or something, resonates with that, hi, I see you. I'm here with you. But for others of you with amnesia, like maybe thinking like, am I easy to forget? Has everyone forgotten me? Or like maybe feeling a little bit like you're easily forgotten, or almost like a ghost sometimes. Like people don't notice you. I don't know. Maybe you resonate with that, but let's see. The first thing I'm going to do is check into like your connection with your person. What has it been like with this person? Just to kind of like make sure that you do resonate with this reading. And then we'll go ahead and look at, can you trust them? So for pile 7, what's the connection with their person been like? Okay, so we get dollhouse, playing pretend, children, family, childlike whimsy, imagination, fantasy, role play, wonder. It also makes me think, I don't know why I'm not thinking about a connection. I'll connect this to like an actual connection, but for some of you, like maybe you also resonate with having a very like sort of lonely childhood, like maybe this is kind of sad, but, and I'm sorry if you've dealt with this, because I can relate to it, but having parents that were very like not there, even if they were physically there. So it's like very much in your head. Like it does give me like Cinderella vibes. Like she was dealing with a lot in her family, and it was kind of like she had to have this sort of like vivid, I think it was Cinderella, I think that relates to her, like having a very whimsical, dreamy sort of like imagination to get them through, and like sort of like this escapism. I don't know. I hope that your connection with this person hasn't been abusive in any way. Or like maybe it has been neglectful for you, and it causes you to kind of rely on more like fantasy about this person. So yeah, and I see that a lot can definitely come out in tarot readings where maybe your connection with this person hasn't felt fulfilling. So because you're not fulfilled in this connection, there's a lot of fantasizing instead of, real action going on with this person. Okay, let's see. Okay, what is the connection between pile 7 and their person been like? Okay, I guess we'll take that. The Ascendant. Entrance. Hmm. In a weird way, also, this entrance energy, or the word of entrance, does make me think like the beginning, when you just entered. I don't know if that's just life, and yeah, you've had a very rough beginning in life that's caused you, and it could even cause you to sort of like have this very vivid imagination and fantasizing a lot and always kind of daydreaming sort of thing. And maybe that's, kind of fallen into like your connections even with the ascendant. It's like how people see you, how people perceive us. um I don't know. I do wonder if it's like either this person got the wrong idea about you at first and didn't see you accurately, or maybe that's you didn't see this person accurately in the beginning. Let's see. What is the connection between file 7 and their person been like? Okay. Then we have dog spirit. Be loyal to what you love. Okay, so this reading might be hard to listen to. I definitely welcome you to take a break or click off if the reading does make you feel bad at any point. But I will be truthful in my readings, and so if it resonates with you that perhaps like you do rely a lot on fantasizing, maybe in connections. It could be that something about it's like you don't see this person clearly and you're loyal to this person despite things not actually being a certain way. So it could be that, you're the type of person who really enjoys, like, you know, I don't really get into this, so I maybe don't have the like most accurate idea of what it's like, but those types of readings, like, what's going on in the 5D in this connection rather than 3D. And it's like on a spiritual level, like you're linked together and you're married or something like that. Or I don't know, it's something like, I wonder if it's like, for some of you, it could be this person doesn't see you accurately. And despite not seeing you clearly, well, I think it's like this person is loyal to you, and possibly makes a lot of excuses for you. And it could be that in some way you see that this person is not fulfilled with you or not satisfied with you, but they kind of pretend like they're satisfied anyways. And they just remain loyal. And if you don't resonate with that, your person acting that way towards you, then that might be just like your energy towards this person. And I have to think with amnesia, um, it's almost like this person's not active in your life. Maybe this person literally has, at this point forgotten about you. And you do stick around and you're loyal energetically, although it's not fulfilling for you. So, tough message. But if you resonate with that, let's see if you can trust this person, because things could change. Things definitely do surprise me at times, especially in this reading. It has. But yeah, so we have Amnesia for your song. Very cool song. And yeah, actually, uh, I do feel like, so this song does make me think of a specific person. And this person, I would definitely say, was trustworthy. They were like a friend of mine, and we had a lot of fun together. And they were the one who showed me this song. I love this song. I think it's really cool. It's unique, and maybe it's not very popular, I think, and I think it deserves like more, I guess, popularity, or like for more people to hear it. And I think it's good. But yeah, I think it could be, I feel like it could be that this person has left your life, and they don't intend to come back, but your connection with this person was very fun, and maybe it meant a lot to them during that time. And it could either be that this person, and maybe you resonate with you left this person's life, and this person is still kind of loyal towards you and thinks that you could still be close, even though that's not kind of where things seem to be headed. Or it's like you feel that way, like you still have this desire to be close with this person, even though it doesn't seem that that's where things are headed with this person. But maybe you can't help the way you feel for them. So yeah, let's see. So for pile 7, can they trust them? Can they trust this person? Okay, we have beautiful possibilities. Can pile 7 trust them? We've got the Page of Pentacles. Can pile 7 trust their person? We get the Two of Wands. Can pile 7 trust them? And the Fool. That makes sense with their energy, like what I'm kind of getting. So, yours is like another one. We've had a few piles that kind of came out this way where it's like, I don't think you have any reason to like fear, what this person's intentions are. Like, I don't think they have bad intentions towards you. I don't think this person thinks negatively of you. And I think this person has kind of moved on, as in like they're doing other things. Maybe they're not as close to you anymore. They're living like a new life in some way, or they've moved away. And it could even be like they moved for work or something like that, or they're doing something new for work. And they could be very focused on work in general. And we have some Aquarius energy with the Fool. So I do feel like maybe it resonates for you guys, like you were friends. Or at least I do feel like this person has friendly feelings towards you. I think if you were to approach this person, they wouldn't think anything badly. And I think that they would be receptive, but I think that with the Fool energy and the Two of Wands, like they might be very focused on a certain goal. Or it's like they want to experience something new, and maybe they enjoy new things, they enjoy traveling, they enjoy experiencing new people. And so it could be that, like, for example, if you reached out to this person, they'd be receptive, they'd be friendly, maybe you talk a little bit, but then they'd be again off doing something new or different or away, in some way. But that might not be for all of you because of beautiful possibilities. Like, I do feel like this person might have been focused on other things, and maybe a lot of new things do tend to kind of take their attention. But it also kind of implies like a possibility for a new start in the connection with this person. And it's interesting, since we do have the dog on this card, and you did get the dog in the first part of your reading. So, again, like friendliness, loyalty, which is interesting on the Fool card because it's a very, like, sort of free-spirited energy and kind of wanting to jump ahead and do some new things, kind of go on new adventures. So, in a way, I kind of feel like their heart is loyal to you. And they have an openness to you and a fondness for you, but they may physically be apart from you. And for some of you, it might resonate that it's just that this person is focused on where to go, and that might not, that might be in other directions, basically. But let's get one more card. Romance Angel Oracle. Let's see. Can pile 7 trust this person? right. Yeah, we have worth waiting for. Divine timing is at work in your love life. And it's also funny at the bottom of the deck. We have let your friends help you, ask for and accept support from others. I really do think that, because I think that this person can be very busy and focused on certain goals in life, and maybe that involves like work and stuff like that. And maybe this person does like to kind of get out and like have new experiences and meet new people. And for some of you, maybe it even resonates that this person has been like very absent from your life. Like you would think that they've forgotten you at this point. And I don't think that they've forgotten you. I think that this person is very future focused, always focused on what's next, where to go, and maybe not always focused on the past. So I think and that kind of resonates, yeah, with this amnesia, like forgetting the past. I feel like this person either kind of yeah, in that beginning part of like kind of like the more tragic thing I was saying, like having a very lonely childhood and having to like rely on escapism to get through a difficult childhood, something like that. Maybe this person resonates with that and it has affected them to not really look back too much. I don't enjoy looking back on the past. I don't enjoy reminiscing. There was nothing really good to look back on there. So I'm very much focused on what's ahead, where to go, what's next, in the future. Like, what can I create that's better than what I've experienced in the past? So I think if you resonate with this person, really like resonating with that and focused on that, I think that this person again is very busy and may again run off and do new things a lot. So it's like, yeah, you're gonna have to like wait around for this person to come back around. And it can be that like you initiate things with this person and then they're like receptive and they're like, oh yeah, how are you doing, and like friendly, and then it's like they're gone again. And if that's something you resonate with, it's possible that that might just be what this connection is like. And then for I don't think it's many of you, to be honest, that this person has the energy of being physically committed. It's like physically their body's off doing other things, which is kind of funny when we talked about like this sort of 5D energy. Maybe that's coming through in this reading where it's like physically this person is busy, physically this person is doing many things, and physically this person can't give like a lot of their time to you. But maybe with that dog coming up in the Fool and this sort of loyal energy, and I do think this person is like in their thoughts very friendly towards you, has no bad sort of feelings towards you. I think, yeah, like somewhere in their heart they are loyal to you and they do think of you as like a good person in their life. And you know I don't think that this person thinks back a lot, but if they do, it's very fond of you in that sort of thing. So, just use your intuition if you're used to this person, like, being friendly towards you, but then going off and doing their own thing. If that bothers you, you might want to kind of look at that and maybe work towards like detaching from this person a bit, and also maybe looking towards new connections. Because yeah, I kind of feel like this person is very free and not really giving you like a whole lot of their time. But I don't want to say that's just it for everyone, since we do have beautiful possibilities, which does imply like a good chance of like success in the connection with this person. So I mean, to answer your question, are they trustworthy? Can you trust them? Again, I don't think they have bad intentions or bad feelings towards you, but it could be one of those situations where it's like, are you going to end up with this person in the long run? Maybe not. And so if you're wondering if you can trust them in that way, that you can trust if they want to be in a relationship with you, this doesn't look the most positive, but it could just be that they're very busy with other things and it might take them a while to be able to spend more time with you. So it might not be like the most negative thing, and it's just that, this person needs like their sort of free time to achieve certain other things. So yeah, that's your message, pile 7. I hope that it did resonate with you and it was helpful. I hope that it kind of answered your question and gave you clues to, what you were looking for. But yeah, thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next reading. Bye.